Okay, so the URL for JIGYASABOT, jigyasabot.com. This is our landing page. And on the landing page, you can see some of the features that we have already listed. This is creating a chatbot on the fly. Some of the questions you might have on the bot itself, you might have questions on what is NLP, you might have questions on the question types and all. On the invoicing part, billing part, please do post your questions on the chat. We have Abhijit and Shivansh who is going to help you with the chat. You can also check out the video resources, which is there on the site itself. You can also check out the pricing panel. Everything has been listed on the site, jigyasabot.com. The pricing is ₹10 per feedback, but there is a postpaid option wherein you can contact us through our contact us form, fill up the details, and in the postpaid account, the invoice will be shared at the end of the month. In the prepaid account, it is different for individuals, wherein once you get the responses, without any annual subscription, you can always create the bot free of charge. You can always float your surveys. We do also have offers on time-to-time basis, and we have got tie-up with various merchandisers for the offers, and these are for the admin who is creating the service. In the contact us form, you can directly go to the TML-BSL website. You can connect with us directly. And whatever your requirements are with the bot, any queries with the bot, you can just let us know. We'll reach out to you. So now in the demo, as you can see, there are 3 types of registrations possible: individual, organization, as well as from an international point of view. So from an organization point of view, it's primarily if you require the GST invoice, that is where you register as an organization. As an individual, you can also register and float your service. It becomes a prepaid option in that case. For registration, it's a simple form that can be used. Just add your name, the password, ensure it's alphanumeric, minimum 8 characters with special characters and all. And when you sign up for it, we would need the addresses for the GST invoice. That's a mandatory one. And once you have signed up, then I'll show you how to log in and then create the survey questions. I have put in some questions already for the interest of time. And it's basically any kind of, if you've used SurveyMonkey before, or if you've used MS Forms before, how you create the survey board is nothing different. Welcome to this dashboard. We have used a dark theme for JIGYASABOT, unlike other survey bots, which have a lighter background. This is a distinguishing factor for the bot itself. When I click on My Surveys, Edit Survey, Reports, and Edit Survey, these are 4 simple tools, which is and it's a very intuitive survey. As you can see from the dashboard, everything is very clearly mentioned for the user to log in and register. When I'm creating the survey, there are a few things that I need to take care of. So one is on the, if I'm entering the survey title, if I'm entering the survey description, these are simple things. I mean, if you want an anonymous survey, you can actually select here, because in that case, the respondent need not provide the name and the phone number. You can also select some of the bot avatars, and these avatars are preloaded. Some of 6 of them have been preloaded. You can select any one avatar of your choice. And once you have selected the avatar of your choice, you directly go down to see what kind of questions are there for the survey. So there are 8 different types of questions that you can create. The first one is a multiple choice single correct. So what does that mean? It's a very simple thing. If a question has only one answer out of the multiple options, you select the multiple choice single correct answer. If you want somebody to select between 5 or 6 options and he has 3 or 4 options to respond to, it's multiple choice multi-correct answer. There are also long answer and short answer type questions. There is also a numeric question wherein the respondent can either answer through a number format. Say you're asking an age, or you're asking a particular number, a phone number. That comes in a numeric. In a scale bar option, you have the Likert scale. So you can actually rate your particular the feedback that you want for the experience, or the feedback that you're expecting. That rating scale is a Likert scale. You can add the minimum value, maximum value. You can also add a date format within a particular date of to and from date, where you want the person to select from a calendar what date he wants to put in. So that can also be captured in JIGYASA. Also, there is a file upload option, in which the file the respondent can upload a JPEG file and respond to the survey. So let me, with this brief description on how to create the survey, let me actually take you through a survey that we have already created, and this is going to help you run through the experience of the survey bot. As you can see, the status of the bot here is in red dot because it's not yet activated. You can preview the survey before you roll it out, or you can activate that survey immediately. And once you activate the survey, that link can be shared for the respondents. So I will now go to my view and edit survey button. And I'm going to edit the questions. So my questions are actually on the webinar experience itself. We would definitely like to get your feedback on how this webinar had been. So there's a title, there's a small description attached. We have given a bot name, and we are not going for an anonymous response here. We do actually want to know your name and phone number so that we can get back to you. Whether it's a feedback, whether it's a requirement, whether it's a query, while you can post your questions on the chat, and we do have members on the panel to respond. But still, if it will help us if you can give your name and the phone number. So as you can see here, we have added the questions. So the first one is a single choice, single correct question. So wherein there are two choices and you have to add the response to one of them. You can edit the moment you click on the respective fields, you can edit them. The survey, the bot creation is extremely intuitive. In fact, we have added a yes, no question here, as you can see, which means that for the respondent who have selected yes will get a different set of questions, and the one who have selected no, the one who has not attended the webinar, will get a different set of questions. So we have actually added a branching or a conditional looping in the bot. I'm going to explain to you how to do that. The third question here is on the features of the bot. So I'm going to explain to you all the features that is there, and I'm also asking you the feedback. It's a multiple choice, multiple correct question. Secondly, after that, we have the question which is asking on the experience. So your rating. So the rating can be a number, it can be a scale. You can decide the range between whether 1 is for poor, 5 is for excellent. You can decide your range. You can add the incremental value. In this case, we have added maximum value as 5, minimum 1, and an increment of 1. So in the Likert scale, the scale is going to move in 1 increment. You save or you confirm the question, and then you move on to the next one. So this is a date-based question. So we have to put on the date from 23rd to 30th of November, which is the to date, the from date and the to date. And the user has to select the date between them. So the calendar format will open up. It's a required question. If you want to put a question that the user can skip, that can also be added. Need not be that all the questions are mandatory. A user can also skip a question. This is a short answer question where the maximum character is up to 255. And there is also a long answer question, which is coming in the end. Long answer questions have a maximum limit of 10,000. You can edit the question, just click on the black box. You can change the number of characters you want here. The upper limit remains the same. And you confirm or save this question. So this is how we have created questions covering all the question types in JIGYASABot. And we are now going to save this survey for you. So now remember, we had added a yes and a no question in the beginning. So that requires branching. So what happens is we will go to the branching wizard. And in this branching wizard, we can actually decide what question to put. So the first question is whether you have attended the webinar. If the answer is yes, the question goes to question number 3. If the answer is no, the question goes to question number 2. So it is a simple sequential kind of a question to add. If it is yes, against the yes option, I'm going to put question 2. Question 3, and if it is a no option, I'm going to put question number 2. As simple as that. And once the branching is done, we need to click on the end survey button, which is there on the right. So for the one who says no, the end survey buttons appear after question 2. And the one who says yes, the end survey button appears at the end of the question, the last question. Okay, so when I'm saying that no, I'm sorry, and you cannot attend. So that's when my survey ends for a person who has not attended the webinar. And for the one who is attending, for all of you, the end of the survey question goes to the last question, which is the open-ended one on the long answer question. That's right. So since with that, my branching is done, the person gets a sequence as required. The status is still inactive because I'm yet to publish my survey. I have created my survey, I've added the questions, I've edited the questions as and when I've required. Now I'm going to publish my survey. And that is where the magic happens. The moment I publish, my survey bot link gets created. All right. So this is how you create. There's no coding required. It's very simple to use form of creation of a survey. This is a link where the people who are going to click and they're going to respond to the survey. It comes in a bot format. So the bot AVI and the bot avatar that we have selected is going to ask you the question and you're going to respond as a user. How we can distribute the survey? We can distribute the survey either through a survey link or through a QR code. So I have copied this URL and I'll be using this URL for my demonstration. I have a QR code option also. I can download and use it anywhere I want. Need not always be through an email. So anybody, wherever you put it on the boards, on the stickers, outside, everywhere, it's for larger audience and larger response. I can share the survey link either on my desktop or through my mobile option. I can do it through WhatsApp, Outlook, Twitter, whichever handle I'm using. I can post a link for my channel followers. So this was in a nutshell about creating the survey on JIGYASABOT platform. Now I'm going to respond to the survey as a user and also demonstrate how the branching option works for a yes and a no type question. So we need to the URL that we had copied and we have pasted here on it's a web bot. So there is no app to be downloaded. It comes on the fly. I agree to the set of terms and conditions. And here is my avatar. Here is my bot. The title we had added initially along with the description. So the name has a validation. Please don't add any numeric value to your name. Only the alpha is accepted here. So say I'm doing test 1. Okay, you have my name here. It goes in. Add the phone number. We do want your phone numbers because we want to reach you for your query, your feedback. So please add your phone numbers. At the end of we'll be sharing this link with all of you post the webinar. So yes. And then we come to the question on the features. So we will be talking about the ready to use survey templates in a moment. The dynamic color schemes are basically schemes which every user gets. There's a different color scheme for a different user. So it's a dynamic color scheme. So the color that you see on the screen will be different from the other respondent who gets it. This was the numeric question, wherein 1 was poor and 5 was excellent. So I can put the number which I want, which I think is correct. I can also put a scale here. This was a Likert scale that we had added. It goes in an increment of 1. The values keep changing, and I decide which value I select to, and I submit my option. This is the calendar option or the date option, and I can select. We have given a window, and within that window, the paths are highlighted, others are grayed out. So you have to select your option as to when you think you can float your survey. And that date selection can be done from anywhere within that window. Now this is on the short answer. We had added one small short answer question. What do you think about this webinar? On the displaying the questions, and this is a long answer type question with a word limit of 5,000. So you can add your experience, you can add your questions. The characters remaining is also displayed here for ease of use. And that's it. We're done with the bot. We've created the bot, we have demonstrated the bot, and you've also responded in a few seconds. This was the questions on a yes type. Since it's an audio enabled chatbot, you can also turn on the audio here, and the bot is actually going to talk to you. Not only that, when you're responding to the questions, the bot is going to record the voice and the bot is going to script it out for you. So we have a speech to text option also, where the bot can record the voice and also type it out for you. So I can type test 2. I can record test 2 in my voice. The bot will type test 2 into the screen itself. I can record my mobile number and the bot is going to pick it up. Please add the correct mobile number. There's a validation check here. So once you've added the mobile number, the next question is the branching one that we had done, whether you have attended or not. If you have attended, you got the series of questions that you saw previously. And since it's a no answer, if you have not attended, then you'll get only one more question. So this is the branching wizard that we had showcased to you. It gives a better feel of the bot because then you can cater to different audiences. Because in some of the survey forms, it is difficult to actually branch out. You have to give only one kind of this. But here itself, you have the branching questions because it's a web bot. And we'll ask you to rate the bot experience at the end of it. And also the link where you can create your own survey bot through JIGYASABOT. So with this, we come to the end of the response portion of it, wherein it's very easy, as you can see, to respond to the survey bots, and it's easy as well to create the bots. Back to the dashboard, and we now will see how the reports look like. If you have any questions on the webinar, please do put your questions on the chat. Our panel is there to explain the questions, explain the answers to you. So I have got 3 submissions for the bot that I had floated. And now I'm going to look at how I'm going to see the responses. So because it's an individual account that I had created on a demonstration purpose, so I will select the title of my survey. And then before proceeding, I need to pay for the responses received. And it will open up to the payment gateway link. So this is for an individual user, not for a postpaid user. For a postpaid user, he gets to see the feedback directly, and the invoice is shared with him at the end of the month. So it is not a prepaid account, that's a postpaid account. So I'm going to demonstrate how the postpaid account also looks like in the next few minutes. All right, so I'm coming out of the payment gateway here. And in order to show you how the responses look like, how the dashboard looks like, how you can download the reports, what are the different formats of the reports, I'm going to log into my colleague's account where we have floated multiple surveys and there are multiple responses. So I will be giving you a live demonstration how the responses look like. And these are all real data coming in. It's not a test data. Say, for example, I go down to the report section of, we had launched the survey on digital transformation awareness module developed by Abhivyakti, the e-learning academy in TMLPSL itself. And we had received encouraging feedback from all of you who have completed the transformation awareness module. If you still haven't done it, I would request all of you to cover the DTA awareness module. It's there in your SFLMS. So coming back to this, we do have the date section wherein we can select from which date till which date I want to look at the reports. I can filter out my reports based on the date. And once I filtered that, I get to see the different plot types. So whether it's a bar graph or whether it's a donut type of a plotting or a pie, I can see all the responses. I also get to see my AI-enabled word cloud. So that is where the NLP part comes into the survey bot. The word cloud is created basis the responses, majority of responses received. So it actually reads through the responses and filters out what words are made meaningful for the survey. So I know my majority responses has been from CV View and ARC and also from Panther. Now I go down to see the different survey feedbacks here. So whether the chart is in a form of a pie or a donut, I can select which I want to present. I can choose to differentiate, and I can also present a bar graph for the same question. Yeah. And then there is another option where I can directly download the PNG version from the camera. There's a small camera button in each of these plots. So you can directly download the PNG file of it. That's right. So once you've downloaded the PNG, sorry, this is a double click. Once you download the PNG file of it, you can pick it up directly and put it in the PPT. You don't have to rework again on the analytics or the file. You can directly put it into the PPT and use it for your reviews. Because generally survey feedbacks are presentations made to the senior management or made for our own use. And having it in a PPT format helps. So we do have the PPT format also. We also have the PDF because if you want to attach the survey reports, which can be very large in number. Currently, we are floating on the wellness survey and we have received large number of responses. So we're using also Excel downloads, either a PDF download, PPT download. So now we are showing the PDF download. And we also have the PPT download. So you can attach the PDFs or the PPTs with your report itself. And this is the PPT version download. If you go back to the surveys and you want to download Excel, so this will also download a CSV file for you. Once you have the Excel, you can actually use it for your own personal analysis for different types of variations analysis, which may not be there in the bot itself, but it can be customized and developed for you as well. So we want that feedback to come from you. We want the queries to come from you so that we can make a better product for all of you. JIGYASABot is for you. So any questions, please do put it on the chat. The panel is there to respond. Now we come to the ready-made templates or the survey templates. So in a ready-made template, what is happening? Instead of you having to type out the questions, we have already added a bucket of survey feedbacks, a bucket of survey experiences here. The questions are already inbuilt. All you have to do is to copy the survey link. You can first review the survey, how it looks like. It opens up automatically in the bot format. You can respond to that to test it out if all the questions are there or not. You can actually copy that survey link and put it into your survey destination folder. In the survey destination folder, you can edit the survey, and you can also see how that edit survey, you can add the particular survey link into the edit survey. Everything is created. It's a ready to use survey. So you don't have to spend time on creating questions again and again. You can select whether it's a hospital experience, hotel experience. So a lot of our customers have given this feedback that the templates come in very handy. So this is basis customer request that we have created such templates for the mass. We can preview the survey here or we can copy the survey. So say the furniture experience, I'm just copying the survey. Automatically it sits into my survey list. It's already activated. I don't have to add the questions again. I can copy the survey link or I can generate QR code directly and I can share the survey. I can also deactivate the survey when I want. So let me see how we can edit the survey. So when I go to view and edit survey, I can edit this particular bot. I can edit the questions and I customize it to my need. I can make it anonymous if I want to. And whatever questions have been added in the template can be customized by the user. Makes it easier for him to create the survey, makes it easier for him to float the survey as well. Any small edits can be done. We can just confirm and save this part and update the survey. That's it. So once you're updating the survey, the new link gets generated and you can share the link with your users. You can float your surveys either through social media handles or through your own channels. So here that is in a nutshell all about JIGYASABot. Creation of the bot, floating the survey, using the templates, using the different color schemes, using the different features that is there on the bot itself. So we have come to the end of the demonstrations. Thank you for joining us. I would now hand over the question session to Shivansh. If you can facilitate all the questions for all of us, please.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Sanchari. And I'm sure that today's walkthrough that you have had on JIGYASABot, this would be helpful for all of us on the call. And I have Dr. Pradeep with me in the panel. I have Abhijit with me, and I would encourage the audience to ask if there are any questions for us.
So I think there's a question that do we need to pay to get the responses? So as far as Tata Motors is concerned, there is a central purchase order which is already being given to TML-BSL. So all you need to do is to subscribe to this channel, create your user ID, and you will be automatically converted as a postpaid user. So you need not pay anything separately. It will be taken care at a department level. I think there's another question that whether this is created by TML. Yes, this particular survey platform has been created by TML-BSL, as you know, which was earlier GTC and now 100% subsidiary of TML. So it is catering to 100% requirements of Tata Motors as well as to outside needs of any other customers as well.
Engaging with the DrishtiBot as well. This will be loaded with Drishti, so it will be easily accessible by all of you in Tata Motors.
Right. So that integration is underway at the moment.
Right.
Any other questions from anyone?
Thank you, Doctor. I see there's one more question coming up from Rahul Pawar. How to create new account for new joiners? Doctor, would you like to take it up?
Yeah. So you can just go to jigyasabot.com and there you will find a register for free where you can just create your account. You just need to give your name, your email ID and some of the details which are required in terms of your address, and the account gets created and you can start using it.
If you have any queries on the process, please do reach out to us. We'll help you with the survey creation. Not an issue.
Thank you. Thank you, Sanchari. Thank you, Rahul. Any other questions coming in from the audience?
We will also be sharing this link with all of you, the survey link. You can directly put your questions there also, in case we have missed some of the questions today.
Ashwin. Any further questions from anyone? I don't see a response. So, okay, we have a question from Mr. Deepak Agarwal. What is the maximum limit for getting the feedback?
So there is no maximum limit as such. You can add as many questions as you want and you can get as many feedbacks as it comes in. So absolutely no limit as such on this.
Upload the survey to dealers, to our vendors. There is no limit on the number of responses to the survey. Because it's a bot-based survey, so it's very easy to disseminate across people who are beyond TML also.
Absolutely.
And you can float it to your customers also. So in fact, we have been using it to get many customer service feedback and sales feedback as far as PV and CV is concerned. So you can use it without any limit.
Okay, thank you, Doctor. I have a question from Shashikant. Is there any standard template for training program effectiveness delivery?
So there's no standard template which is there as of now. But if you have a set of questions, you can just create it out, and if required, we can templatize that. Or in case you require any support from us in creating the survey, we can help you out in this.
So Shashikant, if you can just drop me a message on Teams chat, please, to take it up with you. We'll discuss it after the call. That's okay.
Okay, so Mr. Nitin Kumar has a question. Please share the demo for learning. So yes, Nitin, we'll be sharing this with you. We have the video repository, which is hosted on our website, jigyasabot.com. You can check out the basics of how do we create a survey and gather feedback through those video tutorials as well.
And we'll be also sharing the webinar demo that we have recorded for today. That will also be shared with you.
Okay.
Another question is there can download other of organization.
Okay, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure about the question.
Download of other organizations. If you can please elaborate the question a bit further.
In case you are asking for report downloads for any other organization, the answer is yes, it is available. You can create your user IDs and you can download the reports from your user ID. At the same time, these templates are also accessible to other organizations as well, where you can just copy the ready-made templates, what is available. And if it is a ready use questions which is already covered, you can use it directly, or you want to edit the questions, that is also something what you can do.
Yeah.
So it's available for any organization. All the functionalities are available for anybody to use.
I hope, Purushottam, that answers your question. So moving on to the next one. Okay, thank you, Purushottam, for the confirmation. So I don't see any further questions coming in.
Just wanted to add that JIGYASABot, it's an open platform for everyone to use. Anybody can register and start using. As you can see the tagline, it's a bot. It's not a survey. It's not a monthly or a sparrow. Right, Shivansh? So it's a bot, and so that's what we are floating across. You can create the bot on the fly. Need not be restricted to forms, but switch to web bots.
Absolutely.
Any other questions from anyone? We're already over with the time. Any last questions we can take?
Thank you, Nitin.
NLP is natural language processing that is being used to analyze the verbatim feedback what is being given by your customers, so that you get to know what most of your customers are speaking about and you can take a quick action on that. So that is NLP enabled feedback.
So when we shared the video with you, towards the end of the video, we had shared with you what is a word cloud that looks like. And in the demonstration, we showed that CV view, ERC, Pantnagar were the words coming out very clearly from the cloud itself. So we know by just looking at the word cloud, even without going into the detail about the Excel, that most of the responses have come from which section and which sectors.
I think a very useful feature of JIGYASABot, and definitely a edge from other competitors, because NLP based feedback is something which is uh, point of differentiation for us as JIGYASABot. Right. Okay. Thank you, Nitin. Any further questions from anyone? Since we are already 3 minutes past time. Okay. Thank you, Rahul Pawar, for your comments. And we are already 3 minutes past the scheduled time. So if there are any final questions, we can take it up.
Or you can post your queries in the survey feedback, what is getting floated out. So we can reach out to you from that channel as well. Okay.
Please do watch out from the mailer from TML PSL. We'll be sharing shortly with you the survey feedback form itself, where you can respond to it and share any questions. Please do ask in the forms.
Thank you. Thank you all for joining
this
session. Thank you. And we hope that the session was useful for you, and you'll be able to create your user IDs and start floating out surveys. So please do it. And if any help is required, just reach out to us, and we are always there to help you out. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining.